It's about 6:05 right now, and everybody wakes up and goes, okay, what's the latest on air here? Direction, yeah.
And that's what we're going to be doing for the next couple of days, as a matter of fact. Good news so far. Very little change in thinking for the past more than 24 hours. And usually when we start to get that kind of a trend, it starts to become a little bit more believable. The key numbers as of 5 o'clock this morning, winds with the system down to 180 miles per hour. That's still an incredibly strong Category 5 storm. The pressure up a little bit more to 921 millibars. Also, still an incredibly deep area of low pressure, but a little trend over the past maybe 3 different major updates, all leaning towards maybe a slight weakening of this very strong system that is moving west-northwest at 17, just north of the Dominican Republic right now. And as we'll watch over the next day or so, it's the Caribbean islands that bear to take the brunt of the system. As we get to Saturday, now we start looking for impacts in South Florida. The system itself making its way north on Sunday. Notice the white shaded area, the cone of uncertainty we call it. And once you get more than 72 hours down the road, that cone gets huge. 72 hours out, you're talking about 175 to 225 miles worth of it could change, and that's a really large area. So that's why we are still in that cone for wherever Irma decides to go. The big question, I'm going to call it the billion-dollar question, is when does it make its shift north? The sooner the better for South Florida, where the damage would be catastrophic if a Category 4 storm makes a direct impact down there. So lots to watch with it. Folks in that area, today is a day to mobilize and go. Here's what it looks like on the tropical satellite imagery. Super impressive. The tropical storm force winds extend out from the center 185 miles. That's a long, long way, and they're going to feel big impacts, all those Caribbean islands, today and tomorrow both. And we'll start to turn our attention to South Florida by Saturday. Here's our area, satellite radar composite, and we see what's left of that old boundary just off to the south and to the east. Now it's moved just far enough where we can get in a little bit of that drier and cooler air. Top temperatures today likely going to make their way only into the mid-80s, and that's with better looking skies, more sunshine. But lower humidity and slightly cooler air leads to more comfortable conditions, both mornings and afternoons. Guys, we'll have the full breakdown in just a couple of minutes.